So I kind of feel like 2 and 3 is very important, but you also have to realize there's a chance that Team Spirit can counter your entire draft by the final pick. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going into Broken Walls again, same as game number 1. In Yangon Galacticos, they opt for second pick here, but there are some changes. Looks like Coach Marvs is banning out the Kalia as well as the Freya. The question is, does Team Spirit wants to first pick that Claw even if it's open?
Yeah, I think that I don't, considering what has happened in game 1 and 2, there were a couple of opportunities where they could have thought about it. Like, we could have set up for a first pick Claude, but they didn't. They opted to say, you know what? Hiko's feeling real good on these fighters. He's proven his worth. I think now this opens up so much in the draft to the point where, oh, the Yves, man, they got to get rid of this Zushin now.
Yeah, or just be open to counter it. Say, like, fine, you get the Yushin will take the clock because Freya's out.
Yep. But that is a very dangerous.
Very dangerous, yes.
You would, especially because you're about to get eliminated, you want to go for safer picks here. So okay, the Claude is open. Freya is not, but Leomord is open right now. I think between all of the heroes that we mentioned, the Claude is the Grok.
I think they just take Sora, right? They take Sora, they hold on. If YG happens to show the Valentina super early on, immediately look for the punish in the roam.
Yeah. I feel like Claude is the best, but yeah, you're right. Sora might be the safest option. Claude might be a really good option. Like, it actually opens up the draft so much. But the Sora, it allows you to have that flexibility of having an XP laner and a gold laner. But Leomord instead is going to be the pick.
Wait, wait. What is a good pairing with Claude here? What if they take like a Grok Claude or Sora? Sora Claude, Sora Grok.
I feel like Sora is a necessary pick now.
Oh yeah, Team Spirit could just pick out the Valen. Yeah, correct.
Yeah. I would really want to go for Claude here.
Claude, I think Claude
Farsa?
Claude Khalid?
Actually, either or is fine, right? Farsa, Grok.
Oh, Joe was open.
All of it is worth it. Displacement is always good. Being able to block off angles from your opponents is always good. I'm just more surprised that we're not seeing as much Grok as we saw in the early stages of the tournament now.
I agree.
Actually, here's the thing. I kind of feel like YG, if they had the option, they might go for the Granger.
Not a bad idea.
Grok Sora could be the option here for Team Spirit though, because YG passed up on that. The Grok and the Sora will be really good for them.
You don't want to pick up something like a Lunox before the mid really gets shrunken down. Or is that too risky here?
Yeah. It doesn't have anything to Lunox yet, you know, if you get my meaning.
Yeah.
So
it's not Lunoxing enough.
It's not Lunoxing enough. Yeah. I think you're better off getting off the Sora.
Okay, valid.
What? Are they trying to make a hard read on this? They could just opt to not, like, play Sora.
I feel like they could get Granger or Claude, and then it's going to be really good here.
Yeah.
A Granger, and then along the way, you get up your utility junglers. Now you get Fredrin, you get your... Oh, Bakshi is banned out. Maybe an Akai along the way, or a Guinevere.
Yeah, back in their Myanmar League, they actually have a 100% win rate on the Guinevere. But again, here in the M7, it's not looking all that great.
Yeah. Really like odds of Gwyn here. Because you already know it's Grok and Valentina. You don't have to go for an assassin, especially you're up against a Leomord, right? The utility jungler will be really good for YG. Pick up Harith.
Interesting. I guess that's fine too, because there's not really big, big punishments coming in from Team Spirit. It could just be a comfort thing.
I think it's a comfort thing, but it also compromises the damage profile of the composition, right? Because now that if you add Gwyn, then it's just Radiant Armors. What are you going to do about it for the next 5 minutes?
Yep.
That's actually really scary, but it still fits the bill. I mean, it's not Granger, but it's always been Granger versus Harith for the longest time in the metagame that we have, so kind of makes a lot of sense. Kind of makes sense in that regard. However, we have not seen any good Hariths played lately. I think it's only been successful once or yesterday out of all the Harith pickups.
I mean, Doming was doing a pretty decent job overall. Well, that one game.
Yeah. I mean, like, we haven't seen her in general, right? Because the story of M7 so far is still fighters, unless it is a very good Claude game. And now, even the Guinevere is being answered here. So, unless Yangon Galacticos is hiding something spicy here, I'm not entirely sure what their jungler is going to be. But if Nolan is open, I think even Nolan is going to be difficult. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what their jungler is going to be. Is Haya safe?
Hayabusa.
Should be safe.
There's honestly nothing safe in the jungle at this point, right? You're just playing with fire. You could go for Fredrin. I don't think Fredrin's the worst idea, considering that you already have
I think it's good. I just don't know if they will let it go, you know?
I think we'll be back.
I feel if I'm Team Spirit, if I'm not banning, oh, something's wrong.
Yeah.
Wait, let me just double check. Oh, yeah, okay. The box is still banned out as well.
Yeah, it will be banned out, I believe. Maybe Harley. Maybe they'll be left with Harley. I think you don't ban Harley anymore because that will mean that Yangon Galacticos will have only magic damage dealers. So you're not scared. You're not even scared of the Joy. You're just worried about Hayabusa or the Fredrin, which in this case I think it will be the Fredrin pickup.
Imagine if they don't ban it though. Actually, no. Imagine if they don't ban it and it's not even picked up.
Uranus. Oh man, I think for YG to get out of this, you have to go Fredrin Arlet.
I do agree.
Yes, that's what I'm
agree.
thinking.
I agree.
Because if not, you're giving that over to TS, and their comp is real nasty with it.
So come on, Yangon.
Come on.
Come on.
Fredrin is an energetic hero. It's in one of the skill names.
I wish Team Spirit
Actually,
would
might
go.
not, but who knows?
Actually, Team Spirit, I wish they will go for CC and/ or glue because CC works well against the Harith. If this obviously this is the gold Harith, gold CC could work in that that way, and it's also it can also allow your Leomord to really pop off, and then the glue just messes up everything that YG wants to go for. Decent Shin, might be.
I think it's okay, but if they lose out early, it's gonna be very difficult for them to
Fulvius is open.
distribute farm.
Come on.
Fulvius is open for Kid Bomba.
But then it might get counterpicked later down the line,
Yeah, with
right?
something like a high loss, you know? High loss, Alice.
Yeah, I personally believe that if there was a game to Eagle, this is a really good chance to do exactly that, right? You have a composition that already has a decent amount of CC.
Lapu?
Just need dive, yeah. Lapu, Yuzong, Arlet, so many
Yuzong's
good
so
options
good.
here.
Yuzong will be so good for Team Spirit. My first choice,
There you go, Lapu.
Lapu and Sora. Oh man, that's the death sentence. How do you solve this, YG? You can't go Arlet.
How do you survive against a Sora? I don't even know.
No.
You just need space. You just need space into layers, right? At this point, what can you go for?
The sandbag that can stun.
Ruby,
Terizla.
It's Rizla, Ruby, Alice, another one. Oh no, but they dive so hard though.
They need high HP heroes, not sustain heroes, right? Because they're already very squishy.
Yep.
Of their heroes, they really need. I think Terizla might not be the only option. Maybe glue.
Yeah. Honestly, if only the Uranus or Esme is on, they pick up the Alice. And here's the thing, Alice in general is a good pick, but it's just that she could whiff hard here because when she tries to get a target, everyone dashes forward. It's like, wait,
Yeah.
no one's home?
This is a full dive composition. I was hoping that they would go for something along the lines of, like you mentioned, Wolf, like glue. Don't give like to Rizla and then you give the ult over to Valentina.
And the Throne of Ruin is also a good ult to give.
It's all good. No matter what, these ults
My
can
God.
feathered airstrike, which is why we're leaning more towards TS, despite the counter index.
Watch out for tech charge into the Throne of Ruin.
Oh, dude. Well, we're going to see here because Valentina is so good, which is also the grandmother of Gusion and Amon. Yeah, you learn something new every day. So now, we're going to be throwing it over to Trex and Gani, potentially the final game between Team Spirit against Yangon Galacticos.
Thank you, boys. It's
It's
match point for Team Spirit. Yangon Galacticos back against the ropes, pushed into a corner. Can they do something different here in the land of Dawn? Gani, the casters, the panel, they were talking about the draft. Any big thoughts from you to pull away from this?
You know what? Hoping the best for YG, but I like it better, at least their approach here. But then again, Spirits' draft, man, it's looking very scary.
Once again, it is aggressive. You have the Grok, something that can make huge plays happen. But YG wants to already play the aggressive route, and this might be exactly what they need.
Yep, Sao here still holding on. From his flicker, that's going to be first blood, though, for Yangon Galacticos getting hot early.
So we're seeing traces of what YG brought in game one, and that's the pace they need to do, right? If they can get ahead in the early game, you can set Han up for a nice pace as well. Lina already making early ganks to the top side along with Han.
Oh, Hiko, forced to use that flicker. That's again already a value trade for YG. And Spirit now, slowly but surely here, just losing control.
Yeah, Team Spirit, though, also looking for those plays. Look at them in this bottom jungle, the way Kid Bomba tried to curve around and catch Blink there. And this is where Yangon has to be careful, right? They can play aggressive, but don't let one player get too deep, because that's where they made the mistakes in the past. Blink would go too far, Ying would go too far, someone would get cut off, and the game quickly turns around. They have a lead here. Play it correctly.
So far, so good. Just a kill apart from that here, and we can see your Spirit already trying to find initiative on this first neutral objective. YG a little bit late to that party.
Level 4 does land in for Kid Bomba, though, and Sunset Lover. And they make something count here. One shot gets a free turtle, and I think that's a fair free turtle, honestly. Han doesn't want to jump into one shot right now. Yep. Yangon had a gold lead, so they don't actually fall behind by losing that turtle. It just kind of evens the pacing, and I think it's the right move.
Yeah, it's just discipline. Again, a Blink is not level 4, so can't expect crazy movements from this show for now. But, you know, after hitting that 4, I think it's going to be very important for Blink to be more proactive, to find the right timings and targets. You can see here just Blink screening one shot, providing information on the whereabouts of this Leomord. So these side laners can have a good time in jungling, or farming rather.
Nothing too crazy in terms of items. I will say Kid Bomba did skip boots. Not something too common for EXP laners most of the time. Pico goes for boots. Stitch skips them, or no, Stitch picks them up secondary as well. No full items built in just yet. Things still calm, and this is very different than what we saw from YG in the past few games. They would try to force fights. They would try to force turtles. This is kind of what I wanted to see from them, especially in Game 2. So as long as they can keep this pace, it looks good for them. But Team Spirit, at what point are they going to push the envelope? They do have the dive composition. They have a composition that wants to try to push heavily into you, get tech charges off, bring out the Phantom Steed. Hiko looks for quick rotations, and he hasn't really been able to get involved in these fights just yet. Once he does, is that going to be the moment that Team Spirit kind of takes the game into their hands?
Yeah, if you look at their composition, indeed, if it's a raw 5v5, that Team Spirit, they are looking the better. They have the better composition for that big 5v5. Let's see, though, will that happen here? Oh, that's a flicker. Again, Wave Dragon on towards the Roamer. Tech charge popped, but Sao goes down regardless. That's going to be a 5v4 for that turtle fight.
And a beautiful play for the turtle fight at that. YG now moving on to Kid Bomba here. He's going to try to dash through.
Below 50% HP for that turtle. Blink looking for an angle. They know Wave Dragon. That's going to be one shot taking the turtle. Wings by Lina to reposition. Ying will not force a fight just yet. YG playing it patiently.
Yep, very patient. And that's exactly what they need to do. For a second there, I'm like, don't do it, guys. Don't do it. Don't go too deep. And they were able to back off. Kid Bomba, though, in a bad spot.
Oh, Wave Dragon finds the mark. Kid Bomba goes down. So far, so good for Yangon Galacticos.
Yeah, they're getting pickoffs. I mean, it's 3-0 right now. They find a member here, they find a member there. They make up for the turtles that they're not able to secure. No towers down just yet. Now, earlier, you said that Team Spirit had a nice 5-man composition. I will say one thing in favor for Yangon, though, is they have a composition that doesn't stay too grouped together. Everyone can they can play very spaced out, and that means Sawo won't have these big grouped up targets to get the combos off on. Same thing with Kid Bomba. As long as Yangon can kind of make sure they never get too grouped up in a solid 5-man ball, they should be able to handle this, and that's exactly what they're doing. Sabo forced to use a tech charge just to get away. First tower goes down in the game. Yangon Galacticos able to secure it, and that's going to give Ying an advantage in these rotations, something that Kid Bomba has always had before.
And also, I want to add, right, I feel like YG, they understand they're good at pickoffs as well. That's why they're just keeping things at bay here, finding important pickoffs, finding something on the board. Uh-oh, that's going to be Blink, though, getting jumped on. Still able to find that Wave Dragon just to buy time. Flicker in time, but one shot finds space to take Blink down. That's the first kill on the board for Spirit.
Okay, so he does get caught off there, but still, overall in the general scheme of things, Blink has been playing better. They've been able to get these kicks. I wouldn't call it just yet, but Team Spirit knows they get one. They're looking for another.
Yang will fall just before the turtle spawns. So that's going to be a free turtle for Spirit. And Stitch, they're eyeing on Stitch now. That's a stun landing. Purified popped a little bit too late. The dive is there. Down goes Stitch. And Team Spirit finally finding their rhythm here.
Man, the moment we got past the 6-minute mark here, Team Spirit knows, okay, this is our time to shine. We've got some items in. War Axes over to Kid Bomba. War Axes over to One Shot. Winter Trenchion in the hands of Sunset Lover. Once they all got that first item in, they knew, okay, we have a power advantage here. Yep. We can make dives happen. We can make pickoffs happen. Once they smelt a little bit of blood by taking out Blink, it was onto the top lane, onto the next one. But Yangon Galacticos is still doing a good job at bottom lane map control, getting some push, relieving pressure. Now that they've fallen behind, they need to know, okay, this isn't our time. We hold out for a few more minutes. Once second item gets locked in for Lina, they'll have a lot more opportunity coming up on the first Lord.
Oh. Again, yeah, YG just needs to hold their tempo, like you said, their Trex. An item check here, it's not too far between the junglers, not too far between all there. So we can see here just Spirit trying to gain more control, gain more ground. I think that last turtle fight was just a turnaround. And it seems like they are trying to find more rhythm. Bottom side though, they got to clear that. And Yangon, do they have enough like spike here to find something?
I mean, luckily the 1.5k gold lead from after looking at those items, it was pretty spread out. It was only about 200 gold between each player, which is a good thing in the general scheme of things. It's not like it's 800 gold into the hands of One Shot or Kid Bomba or Sunset or even Hiko at that. It's not a full item into the hands of one person, which means Yangon really isn't that far behind. It's a piece of an item to each member. So Yangon, in my eyes, still can look for a fight. They can try to contest this Lord. It's not out of bounds for them at all.
Definitely not. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is for match point and Spirit. They're 1,000 gold ahead here in potentially the last game of the series. The Lord is up, Hiko. Okay, so all 5 of Spirit is already shown on the map here. YG should have an idea on oh my goodness! The combination there in the mid lane will drop Lina down. It's a 5v4 now as Spirit. They will move onwards. Han pops Mount Shocker. But take a look at Kid Bomba just zoning away. Now One Shot stuck. No retribution for YG. That's a free Lord. Yindo will escape.
Blink on the run as well. The One Shot doesn't want to let him go. Takes him out. Team Spirit. They find the target, they lock on, they take out Lina, and at that point, Yangon Galacticos with their spread out formation, Team Spirit took advantage of it. Kid Bomba keeps on at bay, never having the chance to even get close to the Lord.
Wow, you saw the tempo there. YG was trying to find an angle, but I feel like Han was all alone, struggling to find an angle. And Spirit again, they want to fight. Shaman Forge pops, Kid Bomba, Yang trying to find the clear, gets it, but Kid Bomba with a immune, still able to hold on. Feather airstrike lands! Sao finds a 2-man stun, but that's a big Throne of Ruin. The damage is there. Take a look at Sao, will not be able to escape. That's one member taken down. Yangon will deal with the Lord.
Okay, so they get a member, they're able to defend, and they don't lose the tier 3 on the mid, which is huge for Yangon Galacticos. Team Spirit, though, in that last Lord fight, Kid Bomba, man, he is just stepping up his game so much. These are the highs that we normally see from him, but he's finally doing them consistently. He is just on Han from game 1 to now. Han has never even had a chance to step foot into these Lord pits. He's never even had a chance to try to be a part of the major fights that matter. And yes, Kid Bomba might make a mistake. He might have died last time, but when it matters, he is on fire.
Bomba again looking for an opening. Pops the bravest spider. Will retreat, will reposition. Blink opens up the bush. And spots 3 there, backing away again. Both teams here, especially here for Ying, I think if they want to fight, they gotta wait for that flicker. Item check, almost Holy Crystal for Stitch, so they definitely have chances.
This is a dangerous spot for Stitch and Lena to be sitting. We just saw what happened last game. Both of them right next to each other. I think these are two players that shouldn't be so close because Sawo's waiting for that moment. Yes, it's also hard to be split up because Kid Bamba and Hiko are also looking for targets, but they got to be careful about who's with who overall on the map. Team Spirit looking for this tier 3. Like, they got something to prove, man. It is finally going to go down. That's going to open up the map for Team Spirit. Yangon Galacticos trying to deal with this bottom lane. It's been slowly pushing, essentially, since the last Lord. And YG's just been having trouble dealing with it.
Yeah, I can see your Spirit just strangling Yangon Galacticos. And it's... Yangon Galacticos cannot do much, right? Because if they want to fight big 5v5, they don't have the composition for it. And Spirit says, like, okay, until there's a, we have an idea if it's a 4v4 or 5v5, we will not pull the trigger. They're taking their tempo down. They're controlling their tempo, which I really like. And you can see that quality from Spirit all 3 games.
So how does Yangon deal with this at this point? In the beginning, they were able to get pickoffs, right? It's getting much harder to do that. Blink's not really able to find them. Team Spirit's a bit more grouped up. Yangon Galacticos might just need to let Team Spirit come to them a bit.
Let's see. That's going to be a Way of Dragon. Feather Airstrike committed, Kid Bamba, but that's going to be the Lord taken by 1 shot. Ying, terrified, and that's going to be Ying going down. Ladies and gentlemen, Stitch comes to the party. So it's a 1-for-1, but Spirit, they got the Lord.
Yeah, it's a roamer for a Lord, plus you get Ying in the exchange. It's a big win for Team Spirit. 5,000 gold lead pushing in once more. Yangon Galacticos has to back off. Blink, maybe a little too deep, per usual. With a Lord coming, your best bet is let's just defend the inhibitors.
Seems like they will. Uh-oh, that's a stun. Blink still holding on to his flickers, so no crazy plays as they wait to defend that top lane.
All right. Team Spirit does a great job at syncing up these lanes. Bot lane is a little bit off. Han able to go down and push it out. This is going to mean that Team Spirit has top in mid with a hard push. Team Spirit not committing fully to the Lord just yet. They want to go for mid.
YSS shows. Let's see here. Spirit, will they pull the trigger to force a fight? But that's going to be the recall, so let's see. Stitch in the back. That's a stun by the Mount Shocker. Oh, Blinks. Looks for an opening. Lord taken care of. A Spirit holding on here with the siege.
YG able to defend very well. Stitch jumps out, Blink as well. Are they going to try to look for a play? Don't know if it's what they should do. Keep it safe. Back off. Let Team Spirit come to you. You have the Feathered Airstrike. You have the Way of the Dragon that doesn't always have to be used extremely aggressively. You can wait for Kid Bamba to come in and then get the pick up, but here he goes.
Way of Dragon under the turret. Take a look at Sawa in the back. Oh, big knockup, but Hiko under the turret will fall. That's going to be Ying again, trying to provide bodies to members of Spirit taken off the board. And YG, they want to fight now. Will they be able to close the gap? Han will. Down goes Kid Bamba, and YG will fight more.
In a matter of seconds, YG find a moment. Blink finally gets to show off something great. Gets the kick onto Kid Bamba, and once he falls, Team Spirit falls behind him. YG, they open up the map again. There's still 2.6k gold behind. With these 3 kills, let's take a look at the replay real quick. It all starts with a big kick onto Kid Bamba. Sawo misses in that push, unable to get a big tech charge on anyone. At that point, YG comes out, and all it takes is one mistake for YG to finally find a moment where hey, we can do this. They have no ults left. They have nothing big to use against us. Han has enough items where he can output the damage, and YG now, the map is looking a little red again. It's only a 1.3k gold lead. I'd love to see the items on where Han is at this point, along with Stitch, because him as well, he's doing a decent amount of damage. Is this the turnaround for YG?
I think that moment was very crucial, and if let's say Spirit overextends, gets a little bit overzealous again with their initiations. Definitely YG can turn this around. Sawo now, the all-in from YG is enough to take Rock down! Ying in the back finds a 3-man Thorn of Ruin, and that's gonna be Kid Bomba to try to create a perimeter, but will it be enough? Stitch goes down, Lina goes down, and YG, they almost find their rhythm, but 2 main damage dealers are out.
Hiko was luckily able to take out Lina off cam there, which is a huge play at this point. Without Stitch, without Lina, Yangon Galacticos are not going to be able to fight for this one shot. It's 5 seconds till he has his retry. Watch for Ying here. Doesn't have the Ruin. Not going to be able to make a huge play. Kid Bomba smells him out.
Wow, good awareness. Free Lord for Spirit. Let's see if YG this time around can pull off a great defense yet again.
I think they can. I think at this point, Yangon Galacticos definitely can defend, but that's as long as they don't make any big mistakes. We're not looking at something like a 16K goal lead in the hands of Team Spirit. Team Spirit can't force this open, and it goes both ways. If Team Spirit makes another big mistake, if Sawo misses a huge tech charge like he did last time after Kid Bomba gets kicked, then yeah, it's bad news bears for Team Spirit. Yangon Galacticos once again on the defense.
Waiting to pull the trigger. Feather airstrike popped, one shot popped to Steed. Top lane will be destroyed by the Lord. YG holding on 2 remaining base turrets. They will take care of the Lord now, and it feels like the mid is open.
I love the testing from both teams right now. Sticking a foot in the water, pulling it out, seeing who's gonna bite the bait first.
Yeah, both teams just hovering around, waiting for someone to be slightly extended, to slightly misposition himself. And it seems like one base turret taken down, it's worth it.
Oh, another kick onto Sawo, always the target.
Tech charge defensively as well. 2 roamers not having the ults. Feather airstrike committed. Now it's gonna be YG. Ying stunned, having the immortality, will lose his immortality. Blink looks for an opening. That's a flanker! Hiko finds the flank. A 1-shot to execute Ying down. And that's gonna be just 4 members standing. Stitch. Shaman Force bombs. Oh my goodness! Han connects the shot. Down goes Kid Bomba.
You know, during the midst of that fight, I'm looking at Yangon Galacticos, and they're all out of green dots, no ults. I look at the Team Spirit, all out of ults. Hiko, though, was the last one still with shifting clouds, able to make some big plays happen. He comes in, gets the kill onto Ying. But luckily enough, Yangon Galacticos, Han, the damage is really online for him at this point. He's max items out, creeping closer to 20 minutes. It's essentially a tie game at this point. Both teams, all of their damage dealers are fully locked and loaded. The only person lacking right now, honestly, is Lina. Just got the Holy Crystal and still looking for one more item to finish the build. But either way you look at it, there's enough damage and sustain on both sides to fight for this next Lord. The problem with it is, the bad news for Yangon Galacticos, the Lord does pop up on bottom side and top lane is exposed. So they need to find a way to deal with that lane pushing in on them and also fight the Lord.
Seems like Stitch will pull the trigger. Shaman Forge pops just to, you know, find some information, perhaps trigger a spell or two. But yeah, you're right? With the far lane, you know, top or Lord spawning bottom, feels like Spirit can play around this Lord, you know, dance more to their... it's going to be a 1v1. Jungler versus Jungler, 1-shot, and Han will not commit that, but that will beat Spirit again, popping the Phantom Steed.
Yeah, both use their retribution as well. No conceal play for the side of Yangon. It's going to be a slow Lord game here at this point. And like I said, position is going to be key. Team Spirit with a slow push up top. Blink, though, able to get the kick onto 1-shot.
Important one. That's going to be the burst. Not enough, though. He has immortality. He jumps in. That's going to be 1-shot. Gun down. Blink finds it. That's going to be a 5v4 without the jungle. Take a look at Hiko in the back, providing damage on towards Han, causing this stress. And down goes the junglers. It's a 4v4 without junglers, and YG will reposition.
Hiko says, I never needed a jungler anyways. I'll do this myself. I'll carry the team on my shoulders. Who needed a retribution when you've got damage like that? Hiko continues to jump onto the backside and find a target, and Han was the perfect one. It's blow for blow right now, trade for trade. Earlier it was EXP for EXP. This time it's jungler for jungler. Nobody seems to be able to get a free piece of material here.
Yeah, Ying here, keep in mind, he still has the flicker. That's a stun though still. The damage is still there from the side of Spirit. He jumps back in. Uh-oh, take a look at the flanks with the conceal. Finds Sunset Lover! An important initiation by Blink and friends. He goes down for a minute.
50-second death counter, that's huge. Yangon Galacticos could try to force this. Keep our eyes on Hiko here. If there's gonna be a game changer, I feel like it's gonna be him in this upcoming Lord fight. One shot, keeping his distance, waiting for the moment to maybe go in for the steal. Sawo as well.
50% HP is the Lord's health. That's a great cancellation there by Sawo to reset the Lord. Buy time for Spirit. And let's see, with Sunset Lover not available, I'm expecting YG to force a fight, but it seems like Spirit, they're hiding their whereabouts.
Yeah, because the problem is even with Yangon getting that pick off on a Sunset Lover, it's still a 4v4 because they have to send Ying to the top side. And even him, I was watching on the minute, he's taking it slow.
Oh, yeah, Bomba here, being the recipient of, you know, a couple of damage, but take a look at the Lord's health. It's not resetted. Let's see, it's gonna be one shot again, taking the Lord. Hiko! And Han going at it again with the immortality pop. Hiko says, good night. And YG, they failed to get the Lord. Spirit, they will have a chance to go and advance to the next phase. Let's see the defense from YG.
Lord gets shredded down and Han takes a stroll around the wall. It was there, I felt like that was their Lord. I felt like that was their opportunity.
This is it.
In game time, in crunch time, they fall short, or better yet, Team Spirit falls stronger. Team Spirit keeps the composure and match point, and Yangon Galacticos once again on the defense.
This might be the push here that eliminates YG. They're taking their time knowing that Sawo is not up and available. They will take the turrets though. YG still holding on here, it seems like. The Lord will be taken care of, but they will lose their mid and perhaps their bottom side base circuit. Bomba, taking a lot of damage there, courtesy of Lina, but still able to get out.
All right, one more chance, one more shot for Yangon Galacticos. If they lose this next Lord, it's GG's, I think, at that point. It's a wrap. Unless, of course, it's some crazy Lord steal and they wipe out the other 5 members. But at this point, if a full 5-man plus Lords comes rushing at them, I don't think Yangon Galacticos can defend. We're almost 25 minutes in the game. This is the best we've seen Yangon play thus far in this series. But they got to be able to push just a little bit farther. This is, this is the difference between boys and men at this point. You got to be able to give it that 110%. You can't make any mistakes because Team Spirit has been playing amazingly. And the couple times that Team Spirit did mess up, it was Sawo missing the tech charge or Kid Bomba getting cut off. Who's going to make the first mistake here in this possibly final game?
Well, let's see if Spirit can force their opponents to misposition, because with 2 base turrets down in Trex, I think it's about time, Again, the Lord will spawn in the bottom side, unfortunately, for YG, so they can play around the minions. Hence, 2 members or 2 players already sent to clear it fastly, swiftly. And now with the Lord here in the bottom side, what will YG do? Will they fight or will they hold on?
They're going to fight. They're going to try to win. That's what they're going to do. Can they do it, though, is the real question. Kid Bomba is at top side, shows himself. I feel like at this point, Yangon, this is their only opportunity to maybe try to force something here. Blink goes on a Sawo once again. Han has to deal with bottom lane. Oh, now once again, it's a stalemate.
Yeah, cheeky Kid Bomba just shows a bit, and then rotated back towards the mid to provide backup if needed.
Hiko on that bottom lane is so scary.
Yeah.
Because you know what he's doing, right? Once this fight pops off, he's going to move around onto that tri-bush and just either hammer down onto Han, hammer down on Lino, big kick on the Kid Bomba. Here comes Hiko, though.
Yeah, on towards one shot here. That's going to be Steve triggered. Take a look at Lord's HP, below 50% HP. Kid Bomba looks for an opening, finds a stun. Feather airstrike will deal a lot of damage. And that's going to be YG Blink, loses immortality. Hiko very low, but he's able to get out.
Kid Bomba gets a perfect stun onto Stitch there, and YG are forced to disengage.
Oh, Ying stun. Bought the immortality in time and will lose it. Oh, it's going to be a 5v4, bought the winner crown. It's still 5v5 in the Lanadon.
Lord's still up. Yangon Galacticos just trying to hang on. They find a play here and there, but even that last kick, a little too deep. Yangon had to fully commit and leave the Lord behind. Lord gets reset, and now we're back to ground zero here. Plus 9 gold for Yangon Galacticos.
It's, again, if you don't count the turrets, it's just even Stevens here. But Spirit, they're taking their time here. They do not want to, risk it, feels like. The last couple of sequence was more on Yangon taking initiative. But, let's see here. Spirit, they know that they don't need to take initiative. They know they can just respond to plays with the situation that they're in.
Well, at this point of the game, gold leads don't matter anymore, right? At this point of the game, Team Spirit knows, okay, their composition is fully loaded. Our composition is fully loaded. All it takes is one mistake, right? Or do you pull the trigger first, or do you wait? Because sometimes if you don't pull the trigger first, they get the big play. Blink did mess up last time. He wasn't able to get Kid Bomba to a good position with that wall. But honestly, Team Spirit doesn't have to rush things. With that top lane constantly pushing, they can take this very, very slow and just look for position on the Lord, which is what they're doing right now.
Yeah, I mean, Han shows top, so I think Spirit can, commit on towards his Lord, but it seems like they're taking their time again, right? They can respond. They don't need to be the ones pulling the trigger. So, Yangon, they're asking the question towards their side here. Yangon, what are you going to do? We can take our time, as long as we keep it tight. Blink with the conceal.
Clock's ticking. Han needs to get into this pit fast.
Sao will be the recipient of that Way of Dragon. No burst damage, though. Hiko jumps in on towards Stitch. That's going to be Tech Tar. Take a look at Hiko. Dealing the damage, but that Sao losing immortality. Ying on the front side will escape with the winner crown popped as well. It's a 4v5. Yangon has chances.
They definitely have chances here, but Han's got to get his life back and get back to this pit as quick as possible. Ying now giving Team Spirit the Kid Bomba treatment, jumping on to one shot and 2 other members, pushing them away. And Ying is only going to keep on scaling at this point. The Alice is becoming hard to deal with, right? The Alice is becoming a major problem for Team Spirit, and Sawo continues to get picked off, continues to catch kicks to the face. He's 1-8-8 right now, and the problems are shown.
Yeah, I mean, all spells are up for Yangon. You can see the cooldowns spell-wise for Spirit, so they might have to concede this Lord.
And with Blink's positioning right now, One Shot's got no way in.
Yeah.
They should be able to get a free Lord here. They just need to rush it. They just need to burst it. But Han steps back once again. Hiko is there. I know you're worried about the shifting clouds, but...
Oh, that's the wrong way. Sunset Lover was able to flicker out of that one. Now, Ying jumps in. Take a look at Hiko trying to zone out the jungler. Terrify Ying this time will not survive. Down goes the Alice. Now, it's a 5v4. Lina finds the clutch steal, and they make it. They made it.
That's not the way I thought it was. You guys were gonna get it. YG is now called you guys, just to let you know. I didn't think that wasn't the way. Han was supposed to just easily take that blink at beautiful positioning, but they still got it. They still got it. They have to defend now. They have a very strong Lord on their side. They're down Ying. Just take it slow. You don't need to clear any of these waves. You need to buy as much time as possible. And then maybe, just maybe, they break some inhibitors here. Can they end here?
I mean, this might be enough to take us to game 4, but let's see the defense, right? They want to clear it fast, and YG can't answer just yet.
You know, One Shot wasn't even able to use his retribution there. He still got it in the kit. Link looking for the kick.
Seems like the Lord here will be at around 50% HP. And wow, what a way for Spirit, right? What a way to defend from Spirit. Seems like the Lord evolved here. Does not shake them.
All right. Okay. Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back. We're gonna have another Lord coming up here soon.
Uh-oh, that's gonna be the kick. Feather air strike pop. Ying jumps in, One Shot with the steed, providing damage. Hiko in the back, but time for immortality. Hiko though, with the winner crown, try to survive. Ying will be the first one to fall alongside Hiko. It's a 1-for-1. YG! Sunset Lover finds connection to take stage down.
Never count the lover out. We watch everyone else all the time, but Sunset Lover continues. When it's desperate, when they're in dire need, he can pull through and pull up with a double kill. He can pull through and make something happen, especially on the Valentina. Team Spirit now back in control of the map, of the game. Yes, bottom lane's pushing, but Yangon Galacticos get essentially nothing out of that Lord. Still all inhibitor standing, still a tier 2 in the mid standing for Team Spirit. Team Spirit still able to take this next fight slowly. Luckily for Yangon, the Lord finally spawns on the top side, which is gonna be helpful for them. It's gonna change the dynamic on how they can approach this. It's gonna make things a little bit easier for them.
It's gonna be more even, right, with the Lord dance, with the Lord spawning top. Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, 33 minutes for potentially this last game, and we are still in it. Let's see if YG can force a game 4. One Shot and friends already on the Lord, below 50% HP now. YG doesn't seem like they.
I feel like they have to, even though they only have 3 members. They have to.
They have to
They
fight.
cannot.
Here.
No way they defend. Oh, One Shot
A
lets it
reset.
reset.
Yeah. Call is, you know what? Let's take our time. Let's reset. I mean, it's not fully resetted though. Keep in mind that the Lord is still jumping around.
Said I'm resetting. Jumped in.
Now it's reset. But take a look at Hiko, right? With this fast clear, I think they're able to pull the trigger afterwards.
All right. All right. I don't know what's, we're at 33 minutes. We're about to break 34. Let's just go to 40. Let's do it at this point, Maybe we can get a crazy Lord steal again and nothing can happen after, and it'll be epic. Very epic.
Should be. Unfortunately for Alina, that Lord steal wasn't enough to find the game. But apparently this perhaps here might be the final fight or push. That's Conceal. They're trying to pull the trigger. Doesn't really find the angle. The Lord will reset again.
Heck yeah, Will. Heck yeah, Will. Hiko, at this point in the game, Hiko was doing amazing, and now we are starting to see him actually. I mean, at 34 minutes, it gets tiring. Me and you are tired at this point, let alone Hiko, who is mentally in there, and he's going a little too deep sometimes, and he's been the one getting caught off. I feel like his 2 deaths have been in the latter part of this game.
Yeah, they know Farsa's not around. That's why they are, exploring the idea to commit on towards his Lord. He misses the ult. That's a big ult wasted. Take a look at the back. Hiko will be the first one to fall, though. Ying bought time for his team. The winner count did not come in time. YG still with 5. Samuel finds a 2-man, but the damage will not come through as Ying will not find an escape route. It's again a 4v4 as the Lord still stands strong.
Here's the thing though, Ying is allowed to miss an ult. Hiko is not allowed to miss an ult right now. That is a good trade for Yangon Galacticos at this point. Will they take advantage of it? I think the moment Kid Bomba shows himself down here, Yangon needs to attack. They need to jump on this Lord. Stop wasting time. Put it out there.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're looking.
Bomba's on bot lane.
They're looking, right? They're
What
looking.
are you looking for?
But Spirit, they are able to at least, keep their distance. They know that Kid Bomba's going to show. They're keeping their formations tight. That's a conceal. They want to re-engage. They want to look for something now with Bomba's you know, in the vicinity. But YG this time around, they will say that, yeah, this time around, we will keep our distance.
36 minutes. See, here's the thing. Team Spirit, they know the assignment. Once we have vision, once we know where you are, we're going to burst down this Lord. And now Yangon Galacticos trying to make their way out. Blink finally gets vision. Han, now that he knows they're working on this, needs to make his way over. Luckily for Yangon, they don't know where the rest of the team is. They don't know that Han's just hanging out in bot right now. No retry close at all. Yep. But they don't care. They're gonna try to rush this.
Let's say they're gambling or taking the risk here. YSS is still bottom side.
What's he doing?
They can pull the trigger here. That's gonna be Steed. Just to be sure, one shot takes the Lord. That's gonna be the pull. The trigger pulled. Not enough damage, but take a look at the combination here. Now, with Kid Bumba around in front, Sunset Level figures out to safety. The damage is not delivered, but that will be Hiko losing his life. Surely, Han finds the stun, lands the shots, and down goes Hiko.
Yangon Galacticos, it's all on the line here. You just need to fight this at this point. There's no way you're surviving this Lord. There's no way you're surviving this push. It is all or nothing on the line.
Oh, Blink goes down, Kid Bumba again finds the connection, down goes Sitch. Meanwhile, the Lord in the mid is marching hard. Sitch trying to buy time, but that's gonna be Sitch going down.
Team Spirit, with Yangon in their clutches, want to end this here.
Now, can they defend one last chance? Feather Edge Strike deployed. That's a stun, terrified. The damage. Take a look at Bomba. Still able to escape. Ying is still up. But that's the Feather Edge Strike from Sunset Lover to seal the deal. Down goes Yangon Galacticos as Team Spirit. They will advance to the next round in a clean sweep fashion.
Team Spirit with the first 3-0 out of the best of fives in the knockout stage, so that they are a team not to be messed with. YG, they make it to top 8. They show that they are at least above many teams, but Team Spirit is the wall that they had to stop at. Team Spirit, it's all smiles right now, knowing that down the line they're going to be going up against an even stronger foe. Donnie, any last words about that match?
It was so close for YG in that third and final game, but Team Spirit showed consistency, not just from that last game, but from the first and second. Well-deserved congratulations to Team Spirit. And you can see them being slightly happy, but you mentioned it, right? Their journey is so far.
It starts here, essentially.
Yep.
Lower bracket is vicious. It's one of the most insane lower brackets we've ever seen at this point. The next match will be up against Alter Ego. Let's take a look at these highlights, though. You know, time and time again, Team Spirit controlled the Lord Pit. And this is the last fight of the game that we saw. At this point, YG, I think you just keep fully committing.
Yeah.
They back off because there's minions on the base, but still, what else do you have to lose at this point? Team Spirit shows that composure ends up winning in the long haul. YG falls short and Team Spirit stand strong. It was amazing, best of 3. Sadly, it did end in a sweep, but I know the Team Spirit fans are happy. And speaking of Team Spirit and the fans, we got an interview down on the stage. Rose, who you got down there?
A team that has fought valiantly for Myanmar, but now their M7 journey has unfortunately come to an end. Once again, thank you so much to Yangon Galacticos, and we hope to see you guys come back stronger next year.
But on a brighter note, let us welcome the victors of today's lower bracket match. It's Team Spirit! Hello, boys! That was the longest game officially of the M series ever. I think that was 37 minutes and something.
Yes.
But that was so long. One shot. How do you feel after that game?
I'm so tired, but we didn't have late game damage, and because we play so long.
Yes, that was definitely a very tiring game to play, I would assume so, because it was such a back and forth and a lot of mental juice had to be put into it. And of course, one shot. We know that elimination matches usually brings a lot of nerves and pressure to ones, but Team Spirit looked rather confident and of course very dominant as you guys got a clean sweep. What was the mindset that Team Spirit had coming into this matchup? One shot.
Yeah. Or one shot first.
He's tired.
Just stay calm and play my game. That's all I think.
That's all.
Interesting. Do you share the same sentiment, Kid Bomba?
What?
Do you share the same sentiment?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chill, they're tired.
They're tired. It's okay. You can get some rest after this. But we want to ask first, because if we're talking about game one and then we saw the final game, we see a lot of Leo Mords. Right, One Shot? Why is Leo Mord much more popular now in the knockout stages as compared to the Swiss stage? What's your opinion about Leo Mord?
Just Yuzuki find a meta hero which can steal all jungle because he have so much damage to minions in jungle, and he is so fat. I don't know. Yeah, he have so much HP, and he deal damage to wall fight, and I don't know, 0 cooldown ulti.
Yes, actually, even I tried to play Leo Mord in the ranked games, and it's actually very strong in the jungle, especially once we enter the later phases of the game. It becomes really, really tanky.
Did you win though?
I won a lot.
Okay.
And of course, Kid Bomba, we know that you're no stranger to the lower bracket run, especially if you look at your track record back in the M5 and in the M6. But this time in the M7, what's the difference with Team Spirit?
I think now we just have more synergy, and I guess that's why we are more confident for this tournament. And I think that we can do more than top 4 this time. So yeah, I'm excited for our next match.
We're all excited. We're all excited. Top 4? So are we aiming for the championship? Number 1, you think you can do it? Number 1 here in M7?
Yeah, of course.
Yes, of course. That's the confidence that we want to hear from Kid Bomba. Because up next on your lower bracket journey, it's going to be Alter Ego, Kid Bomba. Now, what are your thoughts on this team?
I think the crowd is going to be way more packed against them. I'm really excited to fight them. I want to feel those emotions again when you play in a big arena. So good luck to them. And that's about it. That's all I have to say.
I see Kid Bomba is definitely excited to meet up against Alter Ego in their home ground. But One Shot, what about you? Are you excited to meet Alter Ego?
Against Alter Ego? Yeah, we're ready for 100%.
100%.
Awesome. So before we end this winner's interview, Kid Bomba, do you have a message to the Team Spirit fans out there?
Thank you everybody for supporting us. Thank you for coming. I hope you come for our next match as well. And we're gonna deliver nice games like this every time. So make sure to come, make sure to support. And we love our fans.
And they love you back. You can hear the cheers in the venue. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, congratulations to Team Spirit as we are gonna throw it over back to the panelists to break down the longest game in the M Series. And with that, casters, go ahead.
Thank you very much, Rose Turner, and of course, Kid Bomba and One Shot. And yes, that was the longest game in M Series history, not for M7. Since the inception, since M1, I believe the second longest was like 35 minutes. That was against Blacklist and RQ, if I'm not mistaken. But either ways, yeah, they're telling their fans like, oh, we love you guys, and you know that our games are going to be pretty good. Either it's going to be very short or just very long.
Yeah. Well, we do know that their drafts are really good because that really was what made this a W for Team Spirit. Although it was a longer fight, and there were so many times where we thought that it could be Yangon to actually close it out. But generally speaking, it was just easier for Team Spirit to execute it. Sawo had to be kicked so many times for that, but it wasn't enough for Yangon Galacticos.
It also goes to show how much pressure there is actually in the match. As much as these players are telling you, yeah, 100% confidence, never felt nervous in my life. And then you have moments where this game goes so long because you can see the TS, they have an advantage. They got waves pushing on, but they just don't want to make that final call until every single condition is met. And they won't go without a single one missing.
Yeah, I kind of feel like if you want to summarize one word on what Yangon Galacticos did wrong, there was indecisiveness. Right? They're not really sure what was the right call, right? Do we want to go for a fight? Do we want to contest for the Lord? It really did look like they weren't making a fast enough decision at the right time. But again, congratulations to Team Spirit for making all the way through. And we also would like to say thank you to Yangon Galacticos. It has been an amazing ride for them. Making it to top 8 is not easy. But again, that's the end of the journey because this is elimination match. But yeah, talking about Team Spirit, here's the thing. Yangon Galacticos has been eliminated, and the lower bracket is still scary.
Yep, it's still very, very scary, and I think that Yangon Galacticos should not feel disappointed with their overall performance. Obviously, they want to prove a bigger point, but at the same time, considering everything that's been happening within the M Series, it is a scary time to be an MLBB professional.
The Team Spirit is going to be going up against Alter Ego next, and I'm sure that this stadium will be filled up with a lot of supporters. I feel like that is going to be a very close match, especially when it comes to like the drafting. We saw a lot of improvements when it comes to Team Spirit's drafting, and for Alter Ego, they're still sticking up to what works, but you have to take note that Zephyr is a really good drafter, so that is going to be a great clash tomorrow.
Something about Team Spirit, whether they like it or not, either they will fight the most strongest team or the most popular one. Either or, this is why they have such a big global presence, because their opponents are no joke. Their opponents are no joke, but now we got to talk about the game. We got to talk about the MVP after that one, and after like what, 38 minutes, I believe that we got a lot of highlights coming in from both parties. Honestly, quick shout out to Lina getting that Lord when Han was nowhere near.
That prolonged the game.
That was amazing.
That was amazing. What's the reason why the game was prolonged? I think this was a great duel between our two mid laners out there. Personally, my MVP of this game is Sunset Lover with this Valentina, but the MVP overall is himself. 6-1 and 8. Imagine dying only once in this entire 38-minute game.
The crazier stat here, like me and Giddy, we've watched so many games where the Valentina is shown early, never won. Sunset Lover not only 6-1 and 8, 209,000 total damage.
A ridiculous number to have, especially for Valentina, knowing that you're like going to get outranged on pretty much every single basis against Lina on a Farsa. So really an unexpected stat to see Sunset Lover, but it's good to see because it really brings up confidence in, hey, last year our biggest detriment is when Sunset Lover failed. When he overperforms, you really feel like he just controls the entire map.
In fact, I gotta talk about this. He died once, and that was off of Bling having to use everything to kick him.
That was the first.
That was the only time that he got caught. He got caught once and then died, and never get caught before or after.
You know what's really impressive about what he does is that he selects the right ultimate to copy. I can fairly remember him going for a 1v1 team fight, 1v1 I mean, versus the Yi Shin. He copied the ultimate of the Yi Shin just to get vision and also supplement the damage. I'm sure that we're gonna see it here.
Yeah, I mean, like this. Yeah,
it was.
Over here we can see both teams really committing, and you can definitely see that a lot of members coming in from Team Spirit, making sure that they have good flank angles. Hiko, and this is a big mistake from Yangon Galacticos. Why was there not enough cover for Han?
Yeah, I mean, just look at where Hans is, right? All of a sudden he sees Hiko, he's by himself. Lina is actually pretty nearby watching this all go down, but he's like, nah, I'm not taking this. That's all you, Han.
The war of attrition between the two XP laners we see from this game. For example, Ying is always trying to go for the maximum Throne of Ruin with all of the targets that he wants to go for. And he usually nails it, but there's no follow-up afterwards. Whereas for Hiko, it's different. He wants to go for those duels. He wants to go for those quick eliminations. And more often than not, he is getting countered by by Yangon Galacticos.
I think that Ying really bought a lot of time for the team, especially in the early to mid phases of the game. But once the dominant ISIS started to come in and anti-heal, then obviously he started to fall off. But the rest of his team were able to kind of keep up the pace, especially since One Shot was already leading pretty heavily in the EXP department.
You know, we were talking
like again, like if a good catch happened, everyone was all in. Maybe Yangon could have won.
We haven't talked about Kid Bombo, where we always say that he is one of those aggressive kind of players from the XP laner, but I think in this game he has the right amount of aggression and calculation. I think this is probably the most practical he was with the flicker when it comes to how much he's using it. He's not always using it, unlike other XP laners on the Lapu Lapu. This time, in this particular game, he's so pragmatic that it is so on point when he actually uses that flicker with the Lapu Lapu.
He gives no conditions, he gives no signals whatsoever, and most of the time you see him actually using the Bravest Fighter to probe out enemy responses. He doesn't mind taking it as long as he's hitting one or maybe even two target while he's in the Bravest Fighter and getting the damage reduction through the Feather to Airstrike.
Ladies and gentlemen, look at how close this game was. 38 minutes, 5 seconds, 13,000 gold to 115, 18 kills to 17. Oof. Right? All in all, out of all the games that we had in this match, this was definitely the closest. You can definitely feel that Justin, the pep talk really helped Yangon Galacticos. They were more energized, they were more willing to take fights, they were more willing to move forward. But again, when it comes to the late game, that's a real test of experience. Because as much as we want to say that Yangon Galacticos is experienced, Sunset Lover has been here since M1. Who can really beat him in experience?
Yeah, nobody beats him, man. Same goes for Sao as well, right?
Yeah, Sao as well.
Just, it's incredible to see that this team continues to evolve. And I think that, TS, this is a great form to see, but it does bring up a couple of concerns. Is this going to be the exact same TS we're going to see every time we get to Lord 2, Lord 3, Lord 4 for any other team, if not for YG?
And it's going to be scary for Team Spirit because they are going to be facing against Alter Ego, a team that is actually decisive. Unlike other teams, they will be willing to go.
Sometimes too decisive.
Too decisive, in fact. We saw that yesterday.
Yep.
They were so decisive that unfortunately it didn't go in their favor. However, I think that there are more hits than misses when you are more decisive. I think teams that have are fast when it comes to their decision making, at the same time pressing the issue, they're more likely to succeed in a game. Of course, you cannot discount the fact that they can be punished, but in this particular scenario, imagine if Team Spirit or YG have been more decisive, this game could have been easily won by another team.
Yeah, because for me, in looking at Alter Ego play, I feel like the way that they structure their questions is a little bit different compared to other teams. Because other teams say, should we go?
And we go.
They just say, go? No, we go.
We go.
The should is missing. It's just that we go. It's like, no discussion, we go. All right, there you go. Alter Ego.
Yeah, you can definitely tell when YG is like a little hesitant, right? Especially when it's like, oh, are we about to? And then something slightly changes. You notice everybody does that little 180 of whoa, just a quick spin around every single time.
Look at the damage. Lina 176, Sunset Lover 209. You would have thought that the Farsa would deal way more damage, but Sunset Lover again, since everyone is like, yeah, I know what to do with this Valentina.
Hey, you can thank Hiko for that because he was making sure feathered airstrikes were either getting canceled early on, and Hans just like, dear God, somebody help me.
Yes, I don't care who at this point.
Just somebody, anybody.
If Lord, if the buff, if anyone can help, I'll take it.
Look at this gold curve, right? Because initially we see that TS is able to kind of maintain that lead, but when you miss the final moment where you have that like, oh, I got that 10K lead, sure. But as soon as we don't get to that, the 5.6 is only halfway, not enough to close out. But that Lord steal was so nasty to the point where it really evened out the score back to 42K once we started to get past the 15-minute mark.
Sorry, Wolf, I have a very, I would say very sad question here because we went to the late game. Stage on this Harif was full build, but I felt no impact coming in from the Harif. Like, why was this Harif not effective against Team Spirit? Like, is Team Spirit just having too much damage? They keep kiting the Zaman Force. Like, I don't know. I'm not feeling the Harif's presence.
Yeah, they're